All week, we're giving the top 5 candidates for San Francisco mayor a chance to make their case to voters. We conclude our series of one-on-one interviews today with Supervisor Ahsha Safai. He represents District 11. He immigrated to the U.S. from Iran as a child, got his master's in city planning at MIT, and knew early in life he wanted to lead a city. Supervisor Ahsha Safai joins us now. Thank you so much for being with us.
I'm happy to be here. Good to see you.
All right, everybody gets the same first question. If you could pick one area to change or improve in your city, San Francisco, what would that be?
So right out the gate, I just say, listen, we've been unfortunately dealing with this overdose crisis in San Francisco. We've had more people die on the streets of San Francisco since the year 2020, over 3,000 than COVID combined. And we have to hit that head on. We have to do it in a different way. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. So we got to get in there. We got to give people the option. We got to expand the number of mental health and drug recovery beds. We have a phenomenal partner waiting to partner with the city, the Salvation Army. They have 1,100 recovery beds that they can partner with San Francisco. And we have to be aggressive about using the new millionaires tax that's been repurposed, Proposition 1, that we voted on in March, so that we can open up and expand the number of mental health and recovery beds. UCSF purchased St. Mary's and St. Francis. We have the option there to work with them to expand those and open back up those recovery beds. So we have a lot of different things that can really make a difference right out the gate, so we can turn this tide on the fentanyl crisis, the overdose crisis. And listen, we also have to be very clear. You can't come to San Francisco, be on the sidewalk, and use drugs. It's not business as usual. We're going to draw a very, very firm line, and we're going to ensure people are getting off the streets and into recovery that they need.
Now, so many voters we've spoken to say that they're just fed up with San Francisco politics as usual because they feel like, frankly, the city doesn't have their backs in terms of making the city safer, providing lasting solutions to homelessness, and prioritizing public education. Now, you're a member of the Board of Supervisors right now. What makes you different?
So, if you look at my track record, starting off with public education, one of the things that we were able to do, and it's going to go in effect really this year, is the Student Success Fund. That is going to be using our existing dollars within our budget, and we are going to allocate up to $60 million a year to our schools, particularly the schools that don't have the robust PTAs, that can't go out and raise the money for the additional enrichment funds, the math literacy, the English literacy, the in-school, the after-school support. I did this in partnership with our United Educators. I worked with members of the board. This was not my idea. I worked with two of my other colleagues on the board, Supervisor Ronan and Melgar. But at the end of the day, getting people to the table, the unions, the school district, Department of Children, Youth, and Family, and getting a final compromise and getting through the politics of divide that's kind of really hurt our city over the last decade, and particularly under this mayor. I got an 11-0 vote. We put it on the ballot, and it passed overwhelmingly. The only person that didn't support that, unfortunately, was Mayor London Breed. And here we are. We're going to do something special for our schools, particularly when they need it the most, and they're really, really in some tough times right now.
Yeah, it's important to note that you are, in fact, endorsed by the United Educators of San Francisco. You also have the endorsement of several other labor groups. So many people who work here, though, can't afford to own a home here or even rent a home here. What are you going to do to help make the city more affordable for the workers that really are the backbone of this city?
You said it exactly the way I've been talking about it on the campaign. I'm running for mayor of San Francisco to be the mayor of all San Franciscans. You shouldn't have to be rich to live in this city, particularly those working and middle-class families that are feeling the pinch every single day. Those are the families that I have represented in the Excelsior Outer Mission. The teachers, the nurses, the firefighters, the janitors, the laborers, the frontline restaurant workers. I had a meeting with them last week and listened to their concerns. And they're thinking about affordable childcare, how they can get access to good, affordable childcare, how they can afford to get to their job in a timely manner, a good public transportation system. And then lastly, and you said it, we have to be aggressive about expanding our affordable housing opportunities. I have a piece of legislation forward that's going to lower the transfer tax rate using union pension funds to unlock the 40,000 units that are in our pipeline and build more housing, and particularly to build more affordable housing for working families. That's what's been missing in San Francisco. The district that I represent, the Excelsior, 30, 40 years ago, you could buy a single family home for maybe around 100,000, 150,000. Today, that same home is going for $1.5 million to $2 million. We have to remain committed to ensuring working and middle-class families can stay in this city. And I have the track record. I've done that, and I've dedicated the last 24 years in San Francisco to that.
You've been very vocal about your intention, if elected mayor, that you would think about replacing the head of the SFMTA and the police chief. Why are those your priorities?
Well, listen, I mean, you talk to small business owners, you talk to community groups, you talk to transportation advocates, you talk to pedestrian advocates. No one feels listened to by the SFMTA. And one of the things that they do really poorly is community outreach and getting community input. Look at the Valencia Street project. Look at they call it the terror on Terraville. So many times the work, instead of being done with the support of small businesses, with the input of community, has been done despite their input and their expertise. And that's unfortunate. I think we need new leadership at the SFMTA. And another reason, and you said it, I have a lot of relationships and work that I've done with organized labor. I sat down with the transit workers the other day. They said they have never, ever felt more disrespected, not listened to, and incorporated into the decision-making on how they can be a part of making that a better agency. So that's one reason. On the other side, listen, I have a lot of respect for Chief Scott. But he's been the longest serving police chief in San Francisco in the last 50 years. He came in with an agenda. We supported that agenda, which was police reform. And he's done a tremendous job. But beginning in the new year, we need someone that's going to come in and reset the tone, help to uplift the morale within the department. And I passed a community policing piece of legislation, getting the officers out of the cars, on the footbeats. And you saw it in real time work last week when they were out proactively in Union Square. They saw an individual with a gun. They showed tremendous restraint. Our officers showed tremendous restraint. And in the end of the day, there was a shooting, but no innocent bystanders were hurt. The individual was ascertained. And at the end of the day, we were able to make an area that has been plagued by crime a lot safer. And that's community policing in real time, getting the officers out of the car, proactively doing the work. We need a chief that's going to fully embrace that, and we need a mayor that's going to lead on that. And that's why I'm running.
Supervisor Ahsha Safai, thanks so much for being with us.
Wow, 8 minutes went by fast.
Oh, you got it. Under the gun. There you go.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
Nice to see you. Well, this wraps up our entire week of conversations with San Francisco's mayoral candidates. To see all of our interviews, just head to our website, kpix.com, and let me know what you think on social. We'll be right back.